Oh, did Kyrie get too big, too fast off that championship and think that he could do it alone? And when he Boston 2019 can be his big day.
Sometimes I feel like, man, Kyrie doesn't know what he really, really wants to do. I don't know. Like, I obviously think he has fun playing basketball, but I'm like, can you not sleep at night thinking about championship? Like, and I'm not questioning like his heart because I think he gives it all he has when he's on the court. But sometimes I wonder if like it's like not quite sure. Like Brooklyn is the thing. Like it's like, okay, first you want to get away from LeBron, then it was like, oh, I want to bring a chip to Boston, you know. Then it's like, oh, I want to go back home. It's like, you really want to do these things, or is just like next year going to be a new thing, you know? But we'll
So
see.
this is what makes me so uncomfortable about this whole Kyrie thing. And we've addressed it like crazy on the show.
Right.
We've talked about it on Twitter. I mean, we covered him for a couple of years here. The media at large and social media and TV shows and everything else just lambast him in this way that's probably deserved because he has brought vitriol toward himself, and I think he's been a shaky teammate, and he's brought criticism on himself. I think it's earned, and I don't think he's above criticism. So when we think of him not doing media, it's like, you know, everybody's gonna face the microphone. So like, why don't
Right.
you have to? Because you're not even the best player on the team. If Durant says he doesn't want to do it, then but whatever,
Right.
I don't care. Like I don't need to get the quotes from him at the podium and the cliches and all that stuff. That doesn't really do it for me the way it does other people. But I think there's a real story here that we're not getting at, that I think we're gonna look at years from now and be like, just what happened there to him mentally? Like, where was he at that time? What
Mm-hmm.
prevented him? And injuries have been a part of it too. But we really are talking about one of the great talents we've ever seen at the point guard position. The handles, the scoring ability, like a volcano. If you remember him in Cleveland, like he would just go on these, what was it,
Oh,
game 5 against Golden State, the comeback year. I think him and LeBron both had 40 in that game. So like he
yeah.
was just a prolific scorer at the level that could match LeBron James. So like what happened? Was it mental? Did he go to a bad situation in Boston that just fell apart because of Hayward's injury? And would that have gone better if Hayward never got hurt? Did he just get too within himself mentally and kind of start to second guess everything he does and say, do I have a bigger purpose than basketball, and get too distracted with that? Like, you know, what's interesting about him is some of the stuff they said about Jaylen Brown. You know, is his head too off the court? Is he too smart? Is he overthinking things? That was actually true about Kyrie, it seems.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. But I think the biggest difference is that Jalen is not as outspoken, you know? And I think the headlines that Kyrie gets, it's like, okay, now you have our full attention. And he continues to do it again and again. It's just kind of like, wait, like, are you, is this your thing now? And I think that's what it is. This ongoing relationship with the media, it just doesn't do him any favors. And then when he said they didn't want to speak to the media altogether, I just think everyone took it as like, well, here he goes again, trying to stir up something before the season even starts, you know?
That's the thing about the media too. And we see it here in Boston, the way the Celtics media is.
Yeah, but Bobby, nowadays it's like, Kyrie, you are the media. Like you could be, you know, like you sort of control the narrative nowadays. And if you don't like it, you can change it on social media. Like I just think nowadays, like athletes have such a powerful voice that like the narrative
I'm not
they
even
have.
talking like that. It's so easy. If you're nice to the media, they're gonna be
Oh
nice to
yeah.
you. And if you're an ass, like it just brings like a reign of terror on you. It's Trump. Like if Trump like was nice in press conferences, it probably would have done a 180 for his, but instead he just dug in and then it brought back stuff on him. And it's not a perfect comparison there, but it's the way the media works. If you're nice to reporters and you work with them, like it's just going to reflect in their coverage. And then if you're an ass to them, it's just going to bring a reign of terror down on you when stuff comes around that way. Like that's really how it is. Look at Grant Williams. I mean, the Celtics media loves that guy
Yeah.
because he's a big smile and he answers the questions all great. And you know, is that the way it should be? No, but it's the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't too. I just think you don't have to sort of go out of your way to say things. Also, you know, I don't think you have to sort of like smile all the time and be chipper with the media. But I think what Kyrie sort of struggled with was like maybe being in Boston with so many different other guys who had a voice, maybe not as strong as his, but it was a tough balance of younger guys mixed with the guy who won the championship, you know? So maybe it was so too much of that. I know what's better. I know what's good for you. So just listen to me. And I just, you know, months of that can really get old, you know, regardless of who you are, whether you're Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
There were so many guys on that team.
And he's not only saying it to them, it's like you're saying it to the media too. It's like, oh, all right, like
and
what are we
that's
doing
where
here? Who's being most professional here?
that's where criticism gets warranted too. And again, there's the people out there who defend them to high hell, like, oh, you don't ever have to talk to the media, and like, what have they done for you and this and that, which I guess is true to some degree. But at the same time, I don't think he's above criticism. Like, he has done things in the context of basketball. I'm not saying this guy's a
right?
super
Yeah,
villain,
right.
but like ripping teammates, saying young guys aren't ready who had just gone to the East Finals without him, leaving LeBron and
Mm-hmm.
leaving that team high and dry the next year when they just got smoked almost in the East Finals and then the finals because they didn't have him.
Or I guess LeBron wasn't clutch enough. I guess.
Where did that come from? I didn't hear
Jeez.
that.
Like, is that his way of saying, like, yeah, you got that great block on Iguodala, but I hit the shot, motherfucker? Like, are you trying to like say that? It's like, no, I'm the clutch guy. So just in case you thought that that's a huge clutch play, no, another reminder that I won that for us. It's like, okay, Kyrie, like,
And there it is
so
again.
LeBron's not clutch. Like, LeBron's been clutch for over a decade now. I remember when he wasn't. I do.
Is that what it was? The shot, the amount of. We talk about the media. I mean, the media made him out to be a legend off that shot. Like, they did some great things for him coming off that one moment, and he was great in that entire playoff run. But again, it was one playoff run in Cleveland. He'd never made the playoffs before LeBron got there. And so did he just get to a level where he said, I can do this on my own? And he clearly did, pushing out to Boston and trying to lead that situation. So I think it's going to be interesting to look back on many years from now and just say what happened, because I don't think it's going to pan out the way it probably should be for him. And you could just say injuries. That Boston run got hampered by his injuries too. If they had him in 2018, they'd probably get by Cleveland to the finals, and who knows what happens from there. So it's a great what if story with him that I think we could dive upon a little deeper than just going, ha, Kyrie saying stupid things. And
Yeah,
when we get back to it, Chance, I Love My Wife became Kyrie's flat earth, just the thing he could never get past. And like he said, he hasn't addressed that much over the years, but it all started with that stupid flat earth thing that didn't benefit him at all, was all risk, no reward. Like, there was just nothing good that was going to come from that, especially in the social media age where I still don't know what he was trying to say. Like, I haven't dug deep enough into it, and it's hard with him because he just puts things out there so vaguely. But I don't know. That's Kyrie Irving.